Welcome to Alabama.
Oh, baby.
Famous for pecan pie, Martin Luther King, and a song by Lynyrd Skynyrd. It wouldn't be right to spend my first day in Alabama doing anything but shooting guns and eating barbecue. So that's exactly what I did.
Boom! Take it! Good shot!
At one of the best shooting facilities I have been to yet. This is the little slice of shotgunner's heaven that is Orvis Pursell Farms.
And we're going to be checking out everything they have on offer.
All right, let's go do it.
Located just outside Sylacauga, Alabama, this 3,200-acre property is home to a beautiful sporting clays course, a great shooting school, quail shooting, fishing, and, of course, a beautiful pro shop.
I always told my wife, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space.
We arrive first thing in the morning to meet the team. This is Blake, the general manager, and this is Chuck, chief wing shooting instructor. These guys are my kind of people. Dedicated and passionate about their jobs, but still very open to having fun along the way.
No way. No way has he just done this. Go on.
We actually went straight out to hunt some quail, but first, I've got to show you this playground. It's pretty special. So you'll be joining me just after lunch.
That was an amazing morning. We've just had barbecue for lunch because we're in the south, and I can attest that I think that southeastern barbecue might be better than Texan barbecue. It could be a controversial thought. It could also be a thought that no one cares about. More importantly than all of that, we're going to go and shoot the sporting clays course here in a minute. It looks from here to be quite perfect. Beautiful track running through complete wilderness, grass and trees. I've been told that every bird here, every target here is designed to represent a sporting bird of America. So I'm expecting a few going away in edgy bits, but then from what Chuck said, there's enough there to represent ducks, to represent hard quail, to represent hard ducks. There's something for everybody, from your first day to your millionth day. But it's enough talking. Let's go get saddled up and go make a lot of noise.
Wife and kids are home in the American dream.
So Chuck is as cool and as Alabama as they come. A retired firefighter who is full of more information than I could learn in 3 lifetimes. Oh, and he's also a demon of a shop, and quite the coach and communicator. By this point, we'd already started developing a bit of a bromance.
Time for sporting clays.
Sure.
How many stands are there?
We've got 18 stands here on the station.
Stands.
18 stands. We have 2 5-stands and a wobble trap here.
Nice.
Something to keep you busy and have a good time with.
As seems to be the Orvis way, the attention to detail is spot on. Just look at this multi-level 5-stand with its own manicured garden. Not to mention this stand that we'll soon be heading to. The perfect blend of civilized day out and wild Alabama that Pursell Farms offers. The targets on show were not all soft either. Some soft, some hard, testing angles. But every stand was fair.
As you said earlier, if you're not having fun, you probably need to pick up another hobby.
Sure.
Something like this.
It would probably cause me a divorce to get another hobby. I'm gonna step up and wake the machine.
Hey, look at the lizard.
Take a look at the first 2 targets here.
Right.
First target's gonna come from the left-hand side. Fired. Very smooth.
We should have given you some harder targets to start out with, it looks like.
Endless supply of talent here at Orvis Pursell Farms today.
I don't know about all that.
A little bit like Santa Nona, every stand has a manual trap, so when you come out with a trapper, you can have
A different array of targets.
It's nice. So that might be the first full target face I've seen in America for quite some time.
Well, you're fixing to get to see another one.
Oh, you have more than one?
I have at least one more, and you're going to get to see full target face.
Oh,
now, you might not like this one, but you're going to get it.
I'm going to take it.
All right, let's go do it.
Let's go.
All right.
Now,
Whatever you want to do, I don't care.
Oh, is this a toughie, is it?
Another
Apparently.
target with full face.
All right, let's see what we got to play with. Rabbits traditionally show some face.
We shoot a lot of stuff on the edge.
You live life on the edge.
If you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space.
So I've been to plenty of sporting clay shoots in America. I understand most people are shooting pre-matted at that level, but you're finding most people come here for training for bird hunting. They tuck it down in the ready position.
Sure.
I went and shot quail on Monday for the first time, so I'm no expert, but to me, the first thing I did was just put it in that low position, really ready, just popping the shoulder. That's the accepted way of doing it, or do most people hold lower?
So what I teach here is the Churchill method of shooting, because that's mainly about bird hunting. And in that, we like 1 inch of that stock tied up under the armpit. And I'm not talking about down here, but I'm talking about here. I don't mount the gun with the right hand. I mount the gun with the left hand. I'm pointing with a finger at what I want to shoot. So as that bird comes out, all I do is drive that hand to it. And when that and that come in contact, the trigger automatically pulls, and I know the gun's shooting exactly where my eyes are looking.
Oh, are there? Oh. Blake, what is the ethos of Pursell Farms?
You know, relaxed environment and just a good place to get out and enjoy the outdoors.
And that's the focus, to give outdoorsmen fun?
Absolutely. Whether it's shooting or fishing or hunting, whatever they come out for, we just want to make sure they have an enjoyable experience.
That's that southern
hospitality. That's it.
Now, you asked for one with a lot of face.
Oh, you just showed me that.
But I'm fixing to give you another one. Is that okay?
Is it another rabbit?
No.
Ooh.
How about a Shondale?
Ooh.
We shot the stand, and then it was time for what I consider to be one of my favorite clay stands in the world.
This is a signature stand and a half, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is lovely. Oh!
You're going to shoot that bird first, and then you're going to pick up and take that bird right there.
Yeah, it's got to be, into the crosser, that. Sure.
A few sensible pairs, and this inevitably turned into a sequence of games.
Hey, I think he's good for a troop pair, Chuck.
That's what he's got.
Because although we're grown men on the outside, the three of us are really just big kids.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
You broke them just as good as the report pair.
A real sweet line just there, isn't there?
Yeah.
And that's when you can just drive off the front edge and enjoy it.
Right into it.
Out there, that's something else.
So here it's just boom, boom.
Time passed, wedding day. Then my feet turned cold at the tone of those wedding bells.
You'll like this right here.
I felt bad, everybody got dressed up, but I knew I'd messed up, so I had to fess up it all already.
That's why I like it shot. When I'm shooting, I'll tell you what, swap with me. You take the gun a minute. I just want to watch you get in your position to shoot.
To shoot that target?
Just whatever, just to shoot. Before you get into that, okay, there you go. So you're lined up down the rib already, okay?
Yeah,
because
vaguely.
you're almost mounted.
Yeah.
So watch this a minute. Let me swap places. Me coming from low gun, if you'll step over my shoulder and look at this just a second. Most of the people that shoot low gun, do you see the barrels right here, but my eyes about that far to the left? Now, when I'm ready to shoot, you see what I just did? Now my eyes lined up all the way down the rib. The barrel's pointing exactly where my eyes are looking.
There's a lot of people who say you don't look at the gun. I mean, I'm a great believer.
And I'm not looking at the gun, but...
Yeah, but you can't not look at it because it's a big lump of steel, so you best know where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps.
Well, it comes from, just like you setting up and getting ready to shoot, you've done that how many thousand times?
Consistent mount.
Yeah, you got a consistent gun mount. You bring it to the same place every time, and I watch you kind of roll that gun over just a little bit,
Yeah,
and then
it's not
into
my
the
gun,
gun.
right? So then you just pop it out, ready to just tuck and move.
And you do that so you make yourself mount that little bit of mount right there, because I get a lot of people that want to start off from here like you are, then end up trying to get their head down to it instead of bringing the gun to the face. Yeah. And you do that to bring that gun all the way to the face. It looks good.
Nice shots. You guys have got a really nice sporting close course here.
Yeah, thank you.
The variety between the trees and the grass, it's nice.
There you
second.
go.
I was like, no way. No way has he just done this. Go on. Shot.
We finished up on the rough grouse, a tricky little pair straight into the sun.
Shot. Oh. It's quite hot in Alabama, isn't it? When Reed said about coming down here, he was very careful not to big it up. In fact, he was very much keeping it on the low down.
Well, let me say this. I'm very proud of what we've got. We've
You
worked
should be.
hard to have what we've got. It takes a lot to maintain it, but we work hard to keep it looking well.
Yeah, it's got a unique feel. It's a good experience. You know.
Yeah, it's all based around fun and enjoying the outdoors, as you said earlier. And a lot of people say that, but I think you guys actually do a really good job of making that a reality.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You shot well today.
Up until this point, I've clearly gone off the edge. One more stand and then you and I are going to dip into the school area.
Sure. I look forward to it.
See what you make of my American target capabilities.
You're going to be fine.
You gonna try the high target?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're gonna shoot the tower.
Could be my first American tower. This could be quite exciting.
Nah.
Let's give it a go.
We headed to the tower, but that turned out to be so fun, it turned into its own video, which you'll see in a few weeks' time.
I haven't done this in a long time, but we used to have a competition here about how close we could get to the tower and still break the target.
What, as a driven bird?
Sure.
That leaves only one thing left to show you. Pursell Farms is located right next to Alabama's premier golf course. If you're not familiar with golf, it's basically just a less interesting version of clay shooting that they show on television all the time. We grabbed 2 Orvis 28 balls from their gun room, met the dog handlers, and headed out into the quail fields.
Do you prefer to have the right or the left side?
I'm not experienced enough to understand the difference yet.
So do you like to swing in this direction or in that direction?
I'm not experienced enough to even know that yet.
Watch this.
If you could tell me about a bird up there,
Yeah.
I would say I'll have it on the left every time.
Okay.
But
all right, look
low
here.
down might be different.
I'm gonna let you step over to this side right here.
Thank you, sir.
You've got a more open area here, but look here. We're gonna be facing into the dogs. I'm gonna step up into the hole here. So if you don't mind, watch this. Gun's always over the top of the dog.
Perfect. I'm down for that.
Come here.
Here, Hattie.
Boom.
Well, that was a
Here, Hattie.
good start. 3/4 of an ounce of 8s.
Yeah.
That's a standard sort of load.
Right.
We're happy at sort of 45 yards with that.
45. I've killed them up 50. Yeah. But most of the time, I'm not going to shoot that far out. I mean, we'll go back and hunt the birds up again.
When it comes to quail guns, what sort of choke are you looking for?
I'm shooting a cylinder in the bottom.
Yep.
And an improved cylinder top.
That's enough,
And the bottom is the first barrel that I fire.
because it could be 10 yards out.
Sure. In that imaginary 12 o'clock line, all of those birds cut out and went to the right-hand side towards 1, 2, 3 o'clock.
And that's a perpendicular line to how we're stood.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Correct. And then that way, I'm not shooting across that line towards you, and you're not crossing that line with a gun barrel towards me.
Is there a gray area?
There is a gray area at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know, I would say 11:30 to 12:30 is a gray area.
If it's going
but
straight away down the line between us,
take it. Yeah,
Okay.
take it. That's
if
fine.
I can beat you to it.
Ah,
I've heard things about you, Chuck.
My approach to this hunt was very different from my first at George High. I now had so many more questions and thoughts, and with Chuck, I had the perfect person to ask.
I like it when we both
Have success.
There you
Today-
go. It's about relaxing
Yeah.
and having hard focus.
not everything being
And-
totally new.
Yeah, so let me say this. When I teach shooting clays, I tell everybody to focus on the leading edge of the bird. So what I say here is you should be able to see the head of the bird. If it quarters or crosses on you, see the head of the bird, shoot the head of the bird. The good thing about quail hunting is we can have 2 corporate people out here talking, carrying on conversation as the dogs are working. And
It's
then
very social.
dogs go on point, guide speaks up and says, gentlemen, please step up. Dogs are on point. As we step up at that time, we make sure and mount that gun up in a safe position, watch for the birds to flush, we make the shots, watch the dogs do the retrieving, and then we carry on with our conversation.
It's a very different thing. And when we shot at George High a few days ago, we had people walking behind us, and so then you can drop out, someone can shoot, you can talk. There's never a point in the day where you're stood by yourself for a big period of time.
Sure, this game and golf are a lot alike.
No,
a lot
but
alike.
this is good.
Make a shorter loop.
Let's make the shorter loop through here. And I'm gonna step to the other side and step up. Good shot. Dog's still on point. 3 o'clock position and outside of my 9 o'clock position. We let those birds go.
And it was too close whilst inside of that
You're
position.
exactly right. We may still have a bird.
My quail shooting career is still in its infancy, so this accessible style of quail shooting is the perfect stepping stone to one day chase the wild birds I've heard so much about. But believe me, this sort of shooting is still far from easy. The mix of open white grass fields, piney woods, and the rocky outcrops all dotted with briar patches make for a wonderful variety of dog work and shooting.
You see that flying in the air right there? Look here. We call that Alabama snow.
With a driven bird, I'll turn my feet into the target, but with these,
So-
I'm sort of locked up, and then, like those, I just ran out of turn.
Sure, so let's
Into the
talk
bird.
about that. What I teach here is that left foot is pointed where we feel like we're gonna be shooting. My right foot, we're going to call that one 12 o'clock, and no more than 8 inches between the heels or inside the shoulders, and 2 o'clock to the right toe. So what that does is, watch this.
Let's see, now that's interesting. Watching your knees turn in and bend into the target. I've seen American clay shooters do that.
Sure.
That is it's not something that we do back
So
home.
listen, we're going to be doing the shooting instructions after a while.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
And I'll spend a little bit of time with you shooting, talking to you about your foot position. And a lot of times in shooting clays or driven birds, we know exactly where we're going to set up. And we see a lot of people in a rifle stance shooting those because they know exactly where they're going to pull that trigger. But out here hunting, we need to be a little more pliable to be able to rotate better. And through a wide stance, we can't get that, but through a narrow stance, it lets us pivot a lot better.
On a driven day, you've got plenty of time. You'll see the bird, anticipate the move your back foot in. Again,
Sure.
same small stance.
Just rotate.
But here, watching you do that,
That's it. That's it. So
It's like
it's
boxing.
all rotating. Just
Yeah,
makes us a lot more pliable to be able to go from right to left or left to right with with
again,
flushing birds.
it doesn't matter about height because most of them are going to be in that bracket, right?
That's right. That's right.
It is just about. Oh,
Yes. Now, there you go. I see you pivoted on the correct foot then. Yes.
Yeah. That is that's going to take some learning.
Back home in England, we wiped out anything that can kill us millennia ago. So it always plays on my mind when I'm in a part of the world where there are things that can bite and sting. One thing I'd never met before were fire ants.
Actual real life fire ants.
Real fire.
Yes, these are real fire ants. So as you get ready to observe what's going to happen here, so they're in a dormant stage right now working inside of the colony, and all they've got to do is be interrupted.
Oh, wow.
And they're going to come out. Now these fire ants sting.
How bad is the sting?
Well, stick your finger in there and get stung. It's not going to kill you, I promise. Here,
For YouTube.
No, I'm okay.
here.
Oh, I'll take some of your ants. Ow.
You feel that? They inject the poison, deteriorating human flesh.
You could have said that before you let them bite us.
You have to experience the whole thing.
A few moments later, and Sasha bravely volunteered to see how bad they really were.
You stepped in ants' nest.
Hey, they'll make you take your clothes off.
I'm done with this job. You know, I like this place until then.
You're using GPS for the dogs.
Sure.
GPS, and it's the Alpha 100, and then I run it off my watch, Garmin Instinct.
Just so you can have a quick
So I
look.
can quick look, and it vibrates me, and it just told me that Heidi is on point 33 feet from me right now.
That is awesome. But you're not relying on it. You're paying attention to your dog more than you're paying
Sure.
attention
Yeah.
to the watch.
Yes.
But you can lose a dog in this high grass easy.
Yeah, you can't see. You can't see her right here. She's 33 feet from us.
Oh.
So before we had this technology, I've lost dogs out here in these fields for an hour at a time. Be on point, and you can't find them walking around everywhere looking
Do
for
you
them.
bell your dogs up?
Well, you can, but I'm deaf.
Without this. Oh,
All right, I'm gonna let you step up to the lane right there.
perfect.
I'm feeling me. I'm feeling me.
All of this is about having a great time, but safety's number one, fun's number two.
Spatial awareness. It's whilst you're there with your gun, it's a very consuming moment, isn't it?
Oh, it is, it is.
You're on.
You're on cue, you're
Yeah.
paying attention, but you also know what all your surroundings are. So I knew the trucks were over there. When that bird got up, cut towards that truck, I just went into a different mode. It was, the bird's gone, let it go, it's not worth the shot.
We know there's more.
Heidi's back on point right up here.
Tonight I'm gonna pick
Low bird.
myself a fight.
Get up there. There he is.
Take him, good shot. Now you see how all that folded together? Bird got up low, went over there and hit the ground, dog flushed it again, turned, came right back to you. You made an outstanding shot.
Thank you, sir.
Patience, patience,
Patience.
Again, I was fascinated by the dog work. Every dog and dog handler brings a different pace and different energy to the hunt, and that's a special thing.
I'm feeling me. I'm feeling me. I'm
American culture is possibly the most influential culture of the modern age. And having been bombarded by TV shows, movies, and computer games as a kid, I feel very much at home whenever I'm stateside. This feeling was accentuated while in Alabama. It's as southern as it gets, and strangely feels just like home.
Oh, that's quite serious. Has it got any psychedelic properties?
No, but it'll clog you up and give you all kind of headaches and choking, hacking.
Nice.
I'm gonna drink like that.
But you're getting to shoot and shooting good, and I'm very proud of that.
Right, thank you very much. Quail shooting is definitely, I think we kind of talk down on it because if it's not up there and super high, we're blah, blah, blah. But it's not easy. It's definitely more adrenaline filled.
Yeah.
And it's so, you have to be hyper focused for that 30-second piece.
Sure.
And then the social side is just as good.
I woke up in the middle of the night, opened my eyes and my...
A few seconds later, the dog flushed a pheasant, and with the energy of a rusty coiled spring, I managed to shoot my first American pheasant.
Awesome. Thanks for that opportunity.
Yes, sir.
These are just a pair of Brittany's.
Well, this is the male dog. He's 6 years old. He's about 48 pounds. She's the female. She's almost 11 years old. She's about 36. I like them. No, you
Short hairs.
And regular English pointers than you do Brittany. I like them. They're easy keepers.
They're a bit better at flushing than other HPRs.
Yeah.
Beautiful dogs.
And they stay, and those dogs stay in his house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
They stay in the house more than I do.
Yeah, we keep a lot of our dogs in the house. My two cockers, my English setter, also a house dog as well as a hunting dog. But I know a lot of the old timers used to say, "Oh, you can't do that. You can't have interactions with
That's
the dogs."
not
But
it makes them better.
I think it does. It makes them come to you better. Makes them mind you better.
Easier to handle.
They're a pack animal, right?
Sure.
Well, oh, my dream
If you haven't guessed, I'm an Alabama fan.
down the street, I'm dreaming you.
Of course, this place may well have spoiled me. The nearly perfect sporting clays course, stunning bird shooting areas, and most importantly, a team who cares and knows how to have fun. I cannot wait to go back. Who's coming with me?
Thank you for watching, guys. This channel is made possible by our amazing sponsors. You can find out more about them in the description down below. And if you want to support the channel, you can join as a member. You get loads of extra content, well, some extra content, and occasionally we hook up and go clay shooting together as a membership group. If you don't feel like joining today, we really appreciate you watching and subscribing. Have a wonderful day.